Hey everyone, I have here LEGO's Batman and Selina Kyle motorcycle pursuit set from the upcoming The Batman movie from 2022. This small set comes with 2 figures, 2 motorcycles, and a bat signal. The 2 motorcycles have similar builds with the main pieces that are used to form the base of the chassis and to hold the wheel on at each end. It's semi-symmetrical front to rear before we start putting details on. We have gotten plenty of behind-the-scenes images. Sorry about the rocking back and forth, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. We have gotten enough behind-the-scenes images of the actual new Batcycle to see that the front fairing here and the surround for the headlight is way too thick, way too large here. It should have been 2 studs thick at the very most, but what the designer was going for here was the ability to get the kind of bat ear look towards the rear of this, which I get, and I kind of like that shaping in there. Just made the whole thing a little bit bulky, but this is not too large of a bike for a built-up Lego bike. You know, oftentimes with Ninjago and Chima and stuff, they've made just ridiculously huge bikes, much larger than they needed to be, but this is reasonable and was enjoyable to put together. Mostly uses, again, a relatively new piece for the wheel holders here for what are the actual forks on this, but they did an interesting thing with a handlebar piece here up front to suggest real in-universe forks. You can use the exhaust or the lower exhaust on either side as a kickstand to hold this thing up, so it just leans over like that. Unfortunately, with both of these, I've found, this one especially though, it doesn't like to stand up all that well on its own. It will do it, but the carcass of the tire, the way that this is set up with the narrower tire on a wider wheel, is a little bit round, so it does tend to want to lean over to one side, but it's only going to lean but so far, so that's not too bad. They use the Batarang for handlebars there, and yeah, this works out fine. Here's Selina Kyle's bike, and this one also has a front fairing piece that is a bit large. Could have been a stud narrower than that, I think, and would have been a little bit more accurate in universe. Once again, they went with a different piece, an add-on piece to suggest the front forks, which looks nice. And overall, I think I actually like the design of this as a Lego bike better. It's a little bit simpler, seems a little bit better scaled to the figure. This one also has the box on the back, which can be seen as something that's just been attached, or you could see it as a full-on hard saddlebag. And here you can see how they're representing that it is indeed a crate that is a separate piece, and inside of this is a gem that, whoops, Selina Kyle has stolen. There's also a spare of that included in the set. And with that removed, the bike looks even more sleek and I think even more realistic. For something to actually build up, that's pretty nice. The bat signal build is very simple and you can just angle it up and down. That is a glow-in-the-dark piece there, and Lego's latest glow-in-the-dark pieces are actually very good. They do glow in the dark properly, like 10 times as much as the previous generation of pieces. For a long time, anything that was glow-in-the-dark in toy form was kind of poor, honestly. Like, yes, it would glow in the dark technically, you know, it was not false advertising, but it wouldn't last very long. But these are actually very good, and that is a sticker on a 3x3 dish piece there, or a 3x3 round tile rather, just a sticker added onto the top of it that can rotate around just a little bit, and you got just a little weapon rack off to the side which you can rotate around to the sides. So you got an extra Batarang down there and also the grappling gun. Here are the figures, and I'll say this one last time. I think the Robert Pattinson Batman figure should have consistently used dual molded legs because it looks great from the front. All the printing all the way through the torso, hip, and the leg pieces, I think, is nice. It's designed well, but then you turn it to the side and, well, wait, why did they do that? Well, it was just to save a little bit of money, but I think they could have put in a little bit more for that. Also, half cowl would have been more accurate, more screen accurate, although I do like the longer ears of this version. I overall like the expression of this version of his cowl. Selina Kyle, I think, looks just fine as is. I have no problems with that. She does have a chain there, a small length of chain to use as a weapon. Good printing around the back. single neck hole version of cape and the softer material for this, which I like. Really good printing on the back of that Batman there. And then taking this off and this off, you have alternate faces, alternate face expressions. There's a little bit of misalignment for the Selina Kyle version there, but from front to back, but that's fine. The quality of print for her is really good. And it's okay for the Batman, but we do have some alternate pieces. A hairpiece for Selina Kyle, and hairpiece and alternate head for the Batman over here on the left, which is pretty nice. It's just regular Bruce Wayne form. That was a really nice inclusion. I'm very glad that they're doing those. There's the alternate face for that one as well, and I'll show you how that gets framed up by this particular hairpiece. Yeah, nice inclusions there, so can't complain about that, but still think they could have gone just a little bit farther with the dual molded legs here and it would have been perfect all the way around. Nice. Finally, here are the extra pieces, not too many of them, but a few of them pretty useful. And this is what the sticker sheet looked like. It is fully clear backed. Now I paid $15 for this set and that feels completely fair. 100%. Very happy with that value for the amount of stuff. Just feels good. Unusually good because so many things are overpriced these days, especially with Lego. So yeah, no complaints about that whatsoever. Appreciate the inclusion of the extra hair piece over here as well, and the extra head to go with it so it doesn't look wonky because of the white headband on there. Speaking of that, the white headband, a lot of people have pointed out that it doesn't look appropriate to this version of Batman nor the previous on-screen big screen version because the eyes are actually darked out. On those, could Lego come up with a new version? Maybe. It's difficult. It's a little bit trickier than you might expect because they want it to still look respectable when you take the cowl off. So maybe just moving in the direction of always having an extra head when you include a Batman is something that could work, but it's going to cost more. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that works out. But as a set, this is well done. Has some quirks. Not everything's perfect, but the value is very good, so I'm happy with that. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.